In the name of Allah, hello everybody, welcome to our class today. I hope you are doing great as usual. As I promised you yesterday, today we will have a discuss about the component of hardware. I'm sure you will enjoy from this lesson, it's very interesting. Okay, let's start our lesson. As we have said in the above page about the type of hardware or computer hardware component, but in common some of computer hardware components are very important that we want to explain some of them separately in this book. But in this chapter, we want to give a few information about every of them. Okay. Components of hardware are like computer input devices, computer output devices, computer motherboard, computer expansion card, computer buses, computer processor, computer cooling system, computer memory, and the last one is maybe the power supply. Okay, the first one we want to give a few information about the input device. Okay, an input device is any hardware device that sends data to a computer and allowing you to interact with and control it. What an input device sends or inputs to a computer depends on the device. Additionally, all input devices send data from the devices over a cable or wireless transmission to the computer. For example, as you move a computer mouse, the data sent to the computer is the X to Y axis movements used to display the mouse cursor on the screen. You can see a live example of this on our X-axis definition. Some examples of input devices is shown in the figure as you are seeing, like mouse, the web camera, keyboard, scanner, microphone, and other, etc. Okay. The next one is output devices. As you know, an output device is any peripheral that receives data from a computer, usually for display, projection, or physical reproduction. As you are seeing in the figure, the printer, monitor, and loudspeaker are the most important output devices. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, the next one is motherboard. A motherboard is one of the most essential parts of a computer system. It holds together many of the crucial components of a computer, including the central processing unit or CPU, memory, and connectors for input and output devices. This figure shows the motherboard, and we will explain completely the motherboard in the next chapters. Okay, the next one is computer expansion card. Computer card is an expansion device that provides an existing computer with certain added capabilities. What these capabilities are depends, of course, on the computer card. Some examples of popular computer expansion cards include high-speed serial port card, sound card, video card, and etc. Also, we will explain this section in the next chapter completely. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, the next one is computer buses. This figure is shown the computer buses. A bus is a common pathway through which information flows from one computer component to another. This pathway is used for communication purpose, and it is established between two or more computer components. Also, we will explain this section in the next chapter completely and professionally. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, here. Computer processor. The central processing unit, or CPU, as you are seeing in the figure, is the computer's most important component because it handles or directs most of tasks that occur inside the computer. The CPU is also called the microprocessor or processor. Also, we will explain this or computer processor in the next chapter completely and professionally. Okay, let's go ahead. Computer cooling system in a computer or cooling system in a computer. Okay, as we all know that the electronic tanks produce heat because of power consumption. Similarly, in the computer system, the CPU, VGA card, and all the other electronic chips produce heat, and as a result, it affects the speed and performances of the system. If the heat is not removed, then there are chance of the processor and other components to be damaged permanently. So in order to keep the internal temperature of the system low, the cooling system is provided and fixed to it. All computer systems today come with some cooling system to reduce and remove heat. Also, we will explain the cooling system in a computer in the next chapters. It was introduced today. Okay. The next one is computer memory. Okay, what do you think about this figure? Okay, please send your idea and your information about this picture in the group. Okay, a memory is just like a human brain. It is used to store data and instructions. Computer memory is the storage space in the computer where data is to be processed and instructions required for processing are stored. We will also explain this section in the next chapter. Please don't worry about it. Okay, the last one, power supply. A power supply is a hardware component that supplies power to an electrical devices, other computer hardware component. It receives power from an electrical outlet and converts the current from AC to DC or alternative current to direct current, which is what the computer requires. Also, we will explain this section in the next chapters completely. Okay, it was our lesson today. Please pay attention to your homework. Okay, homework. The first question of your homework is research about wireless input and output devices. And the second question of your homework is what is the main job of power supply? Please research about it. What did you find? Please send in the group. Okay. And the last question is what is the difference between human memory and computer memory? Okay. It was our lesson today. Have a good time. Good luck.